Hello again to all you lovely people and welcome to another video. Today we're going to be playing Steve Jackson's Sorcery, which if you haven't heard of this game, is kind of like the game version of those old like choose your own adventure books. Steve Jackson is actually someone who wrote a lot of them, if I remember right. And we're going to jump in and do part 1. And we can choose to be a man or a woman. Let's be a woman, we don't normally go female. You have walked the wilds of Kakabad through Kar and spiteful backlands, all the way to Mampang. You have survived traps, thieves, serpents, and vengeful gods. It is now. Oh, and now it is here. The Crown of Kings. It is said that the crown was never forged, only found by Chalana the Reformer, a lowly foot soldier who became emperor of the Eastern world. Such is the power of the crown. The air around it crackles with influence. Let's wait. The crown sits unguarded on a pedestal of light. After so many hardships, can it really be so simple, or is it yet another deception? Sure enough, as soon as you think it, the mirage of the crown begins to flicker. You turn about and see something approaching. It's a trap! You startle yourself awake. You're alone, exhausted, in a little hut in the outpost settlement. Your unimaginable journey is not even a single step begun. Right, so we've got our little character here. We have 20 stamina, no gold, no rations. I'm not really sure what we're meant to do. Do we click on the person? Yes. It is sunrise, you dress, breakfast on bread and goat's milk, and collect the pack and sword from beside your bed. We could test the blade, pray for luck, or just leave the hut. Let's pray for luck. Before you leave, you close your eyes and raise a prayer to your spirit guide. This morning it has the form of a panther. But what will it become once your journey truly begins? A great calm descends on you. Outside the hut, you hear the outpost settlement stirring into life. Test the blade. You pause to test the blade of the sword against your thumb. The blacksmith has done well. The edge is keen and draws a narrow line of blood. Time to go. Time then to depart. You lift back the flap of the hut and step. Oh, for fuck's sake! I cannot read. Alright, let's start that sentence again. You lift back the flap of the hut and step into the early morning sunshine. Alright, okay, so, the outpost settlement. Do we have to... What do we do? Do we click? No. Do we right click? Or do we just click where we want to go? How do you move? Oh, right, you drag. Ah, right, okay. Eyes follow you as you leave the hut and walk towards the great Shamutanti wall. The frontiers people of this tiny settlement are well aware of your mission. Do we want to greet them or ignore them? I don't want to be rude. Let's greet them. You turn to them and bow. Some smile and reply, but others are too afraid to approach. Others make gestures of protection. You are going beyond the wall, so they believe you to be cursed. A man is waiting on the path of the Kantapani Gate, the final doorway between Analand and the wilds of Kakabad. Fuck me, the names in this thing. You recognize a sergeant of the Sightmaster Warriors. He holds out his hand. Is this him? He looks kind of cool. Doesn't look like a soldier, but he looks kind of cool. Greetings, Sergeant. He touches his forehead with 2 fingers. You're almost ready, my lady, he says. I have a gift from the king. 24 gold pieces. It is all we can spare this time. He holds out a pouch. Now, do we just take the whole lot? I feel like we should just take the whole lot, because we're probably going to need it. But then they are saying that that's all they could spare, so... Are they poor? Maybe we only take half? No, I'm going to be greedy. Fuck it. Take it all. You accept the gift graciously. Thank you. You should buy some supplies before you pass the wall, the sergeant says. And you must collect your spellbook if you wish magic to aid you. Finally, should you wish to practice your swordplay, I will go one last round with you. And he points with his staff towards the training ground. Right, so we've got 3 different things we can do. We can go to the training ground, we can get our spell book, or we can buy rations. I think spell book first. One of the huts, set slightly back from the others, is decorated with glyphs and strange symbols. A terrible smell emanates from its doorway. This is the hut of the chief mage. He has been preparing your spellbook for days, reading star charts out. For fuck's sake, why can't I speak English? He's been preparing your spellbook for days, reading star charts to work out which spells will be available to you in different locations in the hills and beyond. Go inside. You lift the flap and go inside. The mage looks at you with haggard, sleepless eyes and presses the book into your hands. Do you understand how to use this? No, actually, tell me. Each spell is crafted through the alignment of 3 stars. The spell Zap, for example, is aligned from Zarathustra, Aegis, and Peony. I probably butchered them, I don't care. But this is not important. What matters is what spell is called and what it does. Zap will give you control over lightning, Hot will create a fireball, and Foff will create a force field around you. Shall I continue? Yeah. The mage nods. The law spell is formed from Lilith, Aegis, and Wex, and it allows you to control the will of unintelligent creatures. The Wal spell is quite different because it uses different stars. The order matters. Okay. Wal creates invisible barrier. You will find the rest in the book. Okay, thank you. He scratches absently at his ear. Remember, some spells will cost you effort to use, but the ones that you don't will not work without a focus, an item of some kind. You will need to read the book to know that. Right, okay, sure. Right, okay, so I'm already kind of fucking lost with this game, I'm not gonna lie. Right, buy rations. Small traders in the settlement supply the Sightmaster warriors with weapons, armors, and food. You go over with the sergeant to a stall selling flatbreads and cheese. 2 gold pieces per ration, the owner says. Let's just buy 2 for now. You hand over the coins and the man places 2 rations carefully into your pack. You must be sure to eat every day or you will suffer, the sergeant tells you, standing at your side. Eating more will give you extra strength, but it's not necessary. Now I kind of feel like I should have bought more than 2. Alright, fine. It'd be nice to have known that before. Right. You want to go over there. Can we do like a loop-the-loop? There we go. Whee! Alright. You walk with the sergeant to the training ground. He wraps the base of his staff in leather. Ready my sword. To begin, we'll practice stances. First, defend yourself against me. Alright, defend. Drag your character sideways. Right. Oh, right, so... okay. Okay, right, I get it. So... I want to do like a small... like that? You swing with a weak attack, rushing for the Sightmaster Sergeant who is defending. Good choice, a stronger attack would have wasted more power. I honestly have no idea what the fuck I'm doing in this game. To make a strong attack pool, right, so maybe like that? I don't know. Once you make it... to make it... that's only a medium one? Right, okay, fine. Strong attack, there, thrust. Is that a strong attack? I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I don't know how we're meant to tell if someone's got a strong attack us or what. I honestly have no idea what's going on. I hope I never get in combat again in this game, because Jesus Christ, like, trying to work out what to do. Fuck it, thrust, sure. Did that work? Apparently so, right. Great. Yeah, enough training. I have no idea what the hell any of that was. So let's move on. My mouse has now just disappeared. Where the fuck has my mouse gone? Oh, there it is. No, it's gone again. Right, okay, continue. Right, so fight in the yard or approach the gate. Right, fuck fighting. Let's just go. You reach the foot of the mighty gate. It is sealed. The sergeant places one hand to the wood. The gate has been locked for some time to deter raiders, he tells you. But you will have no difficulty. The stars in this place allow the DOP spell to be crafted. And he stands back. Okay. So I've got to, drag the words? Or drag the letter? Do I do like that? And then... What? What am I doing? What am I meant to do? Just... That's what you just click on it. That's what I did in the first place. Why did that not work? Yeah, fine, whatever. Cast, yeah. You weave the spell. One by one, the great tumblers of the door begin to creak and groan. Then the hinges turn with a noise like hail on a canvas roof. These gates have not opened since our last champion was lost, the sergeant says. I wish you more luck than he. Perhaps you will even meet him on your travels. Yeah, dude's probably dead. I'm sure he's dead. The Sightmaster nods, peering at something on the horizon. I believe he is returning, but transformed. I hope you do not meet the same fate. He stands back from you. Enter the gate. Together you step into the shadow of the wall. One last word. When you have the crown, find the highest point you can. We will be watching. Sure, I understand. I will not wish you a safe journey to Kar, for the way ahead will not be safe, the sergeant murmurs, as he peers into the distance through the open gate. The Sightmaster warriors are selected from birth for their incredible powers of telescopic vision. You cannot help but wonder how far he can see. Tell me what lies ahead. The path leads to Cantapani, a settlement of traders, though most are rogues and thieves. You should be there before the sun has reached its peak. From there, 3 routes lead on to Cristantanti? Oh, Jesus Christ. But no single route is safe. Kakabad is a land of devils. And really fucking annoying spelled words. Right, fine. Enough talking, it's time to go. Striding away, you pass through the gate. The faces of the folk watching your departure reveal the hopes that rest on you and your quest. The early morning air is crisp, and rising sun paints the slopes in shades of peaceful beauty, concealing the evil that lies ahead. Into Kakabad. Alright, the path winds through the slopes of wild scrubland. The countryside is deserted, and eerie silence is broken only by the cawing of the occasional crow. There is a spell for hearing what they say, but you have not got the equipment it requires. The birds appear to pause in the air to examine you as they pass. They make you uneasy, as if you were an intruder in their presence. Barely an hour beyond the wall, and the air begins to grow foul. The Shamutanti hills are infested with the pestilence of the backlands. It saps the energy from your body, leaving you feeling nauseous and weak. Cover my mouth. You cover your mouth with a net scarf, but it does no good. They warned you of this. You will grow... Well, they didn't fucking warn me, because I would have known not to do that then. So clearly no one has warned me. You will grow accustomed to the longer... You will grow accustomed to it the longer you are out here, but for the moment you must be very careful. Your max stamina has decreased. Great. Fuck's sake. Right, so I can either go cross country or just follow this path. Let's go cross country, why not? The path through the Cantapani is long and winding, and you lose a day. Instead, you turn off the path and strike north through the knee-high grass. The journey starts with a stiff climb that takes several hours, but from the top you have a good view of the plain of yellow grass, and just to the north of that, a little village of rude huts. Okay. That do not like human dwellings. To your left, the gigantic wall looms, throwing shadows that lap at your feet. Strike forwards. Time to strike on. The wind whispers through the long grass, beckoning you onward, but there might be rats or worse in the fields, so you might be safer cutting across to the river and following the bank. I don't fucking know. Yeah, sure. Riverbank. The crest you rise, heading roughly north towards the riverbank, where you should be able to pick up the path once more and make faster progress. As you head down the hillside towards the riverbank, you spy movement in the distance. Something is happening on the water's edge. Yeah, whatever, keep going. I just want something to happen. Like, please, just something happen. You stride further on through the grass. Whatever is there, you will meet it boldly. After an hour's more walking, the movement by the river has resolved itself a little. There are 3 figures moving around by the water, perhaps fishing. But there is something quite strange about them. God, when I started playing this game, I knew it was going to be like a text-based adventure, but I was kind of hoping that there'd be some sort of voice acting. Because, my God, like, all this reading and talking. Okay, fine. Push on. You begin to make your way down the hillside. The grass gives out and turns into scree and gravel, with the occasional patch of sharp gorse that tugs and snags at your tunic. There is barely earth, just sheer rock. This place is a thinly disguised wasteland. Then, suddenly, your foot slips and you lose your balance. Beneath your feet, the slope has turned into a steep drop, and you're sliding down it. You have only seconds to decide what to do. Try and full well, stab my sword into the ground, cast a spell. Do you know what? I'm going to try and do the whole stab your sword into the ground thing. That sounds quite cool. Quickly as you tumble, you draw your sword from your scabbard. This is a terrible moment when you almost drop it, but then, now sliding on your belly down the rock face. What? Okay. You turn it about, ready to stab downwards. Fuck it, yeah, we're committed. Let's do it. You stab downwards, but of course you're on rock. Well, not fucking of course, because to begin with you were a fucking riverbank. Fine. With no earth, there is nothing for the sword blade to skewer into. In fact, all you succeed in doing is blunting the edge of your blade. There is no time, everything is a blur of stones and choking dust and pain, but finally, level ground comes up to meet you and hit it sharply. The sword still in your hand skitters from your grasp, pain arcs up your thighs. Well, fuck. You take a moment to pat yourself over, mostly in one piece, thank the spirit. You pick yourself to your feet. But the noise of your fall has attracted the attention of the creatures by the water. Two of them are now either side of you, long sting-like swords drawn. The heads are cocked, a little to one side. Quickly, you grab your own sword in case you might need it. One of them steps forward and speaks in the common tongue. What are you, careless creature? I'm nobody. The creature laughs. For nobody, you make quite a lot of noise. I thought you were going to bring the mountain down around us. Yeah, sure, laugh with the weird creatures. You laugh as well, from the shame and from relief. I'm lucky I'm still alive, you agree? I've seen luckier, the creature replies. His voice still waspish and cruel. Yeah, whatever, just walk away. You nod to the creatures. I need to be going. and make to step away, but they close up in front of you. The leader draws a second sword from his belt. This valley belongs to the Elven. Fools and traveling players. And how do they know I'm a player? This is like breaking the fourth wall. Fools and traveling players are not welcome to our river. You would put us in danger. I mean you no harm. Harm? What do you know of harm? The creature replies hotly. Have you lived to see your village overrun by goblins? Have you worked to turn your own homes into death traps to catch marauders? We Elven are creatures of the sunlight, moved into shade by the weakness of your king, Analander, the king who lost the crown, and we will suffer for it. For God's sake, fine, yeah. Okay, apparently that didn't do anything. Do you know what? Fuck it. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just hoping for the best. We are getting our asses kicked, I think. Oh shit! I've used up. Oh shit! I didn't even realise that this is like a power. Fine, whatever. What the fuck ever. Just make it quick. 2 stamina. Please tell me that killed. Yeah, it's killed him. Alright, fine. You feel a bloodlust upon you. You aim a cutting blow at his chest. The Elven gasps his last, and you run him through. 4 stamina lost. Shameful. Oh, fuck you, game. Don't start judging now. Yeah, whatever. Really? Fucking really? I'm dead. That is the end of the game. Great, I've had my head bashed in. My adventure is at an end. That is my dead body. This game can go fuck itself. I am done. Goodbye, people. Hope you enjoyed it, because I'm not playing this game again. Oh, God, yeah, that was a gruesome bit. I forgot about that. Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Oh, hi. Sorry, I didn't see you there. I'm Pixel Boy. If you enjoyed this video, maybe leave a like below, maybe leave a comment saying how you like this video. If you really like this video, maybe use a little subscribe ball fella. And if you want to see more, there's some of them will appear on the screen next to me here. Now, back to my book. Oh god, what page was that? Where was I?